Doing my first international trip in September. Is there something I should pack? Bring meds! European countries don't have stuff like ibuprofen, Pepto, and Imodium like we do. Where do these people come from? Oh, yes, America. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the next episode of Shit Americans Say. My name is Evan Edinger, and yeah, it seems like every year Americans say the weirdest things. And so the subreddit Shit Americans Say has collected all of this for us to enjoy and to cringe together. I just want to clarify, we do have ibuprofen. You might find it not called the American brand names like Tylenol and Advil and whatever else you've got over there. However, there is this cool website I found the other day which might help if you are an American that is having this problem. Google. So if you go to Google, you can search, do they have ibuprofen in foreign countries? And you might be surprised at what you find. Let's dive on in. Let's see what we got this year for Shit Americans Say. When you traveled all the way to Europe for a pizza and they don't have ranch and you have to cut it yourself. Oh, mate, sounds awful. That's an interesting part of Europe you're in. Do I see Tweede Somethingstraat? That's in Amsterdam, actually. You know, Amsterdam, the Netherlands, a country absolutely renowned for its pizza. That looks like pretty good pizza. And I also will say, as an American by heart, I actually prefer it when they cut the pizza for you because I worked for 5 years at a Pizza Hut and I'm so used to doing the motions. Why not just cut the pizza? This is probably because in America, we primarily eat pizza with our hands. And I stand by that being the best course of action. However, and this is going to, listen, anger a lot of Europeans, he's not wrong about the ranch, okay? I'm sorry, I'm not saying for the pizza. I'm saying for the crust, okay? It's actually really nice. It's ranch dressing or blue cheese dressing. It's just so good as a nice little sauce. You know when you get to the end, you have good crust, sure, it's nice to taste the crust, but just a little extra boost, a little switch it up, a little ranch. Yes, I understand that makes me overly American. Some parts of me can't change. See, we're starting off not too negative, right? I'm leaning in, helping this guy, even though he went to Amsterdam and expected American pizza. Let's see what else we got today. Do Germans know about tomato and mayo sandwich? I love that in the title, he was like, do Germans know about tomato and mayo? Germans, have you considered this? It's a well-known thing in the US, but I'm curious to know if German people are aware of such a delicious combo. It's super simple and works well here because the bread is because the bread is amazing and the produce is fresh. Yeah, in Germany, they don't have either of those things, right? It's white bread. Oh, God, he just made it worse. He's given this recipe as if the Germans are like, yes, give us notes, please. Yes, bitte, bitte. I will say, one of my favorite things that I introduced my British girlfriend to in the video where I took her around New Jersey and let her experience New Jersey foods was a tomato sandwich. It was this, and it's because New Jersey's known for its tomatoes, and they're so much better in the US, I will say, than anywhere else I've been. But assuming that they've never put tomato on bread, and also I think the crime here is saying our bread is so good. Do you not know how bad American bread is by any standard? In the German subreddit, this is a crime. If the UK actually had some good tomatoes, I might make myself a tomato sandwich right now. Sadly, I can't have that. But usually for lunch, I have something else.
Most days, I have the same one, whether I'm in my flat or out and about in London like I am right now. I usually have today's video sponsor, Huel. No joke, I've actually been having it for about 5-6 years now, so when they reached out to sponsor my channel this month, I was like, yeah, that's an easy yes. I love Huel. If you don't know what Huel is, basically, it's a very nutritious meal that you can have that is cheap, convenient, and easy. And I love it. Basically, you just fill this bottle up with water, put 2 scoops of your favorite flavor of Huel Black in, my favorite being cinnamon. Vanilla is also very good. I also enjoy the coffee caramel. That one has caffeine in it. And then you give it a nice shaky, 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 and you've got yourself a meal. 400 calories, 40 grams of protein, mwah, and mathematically works out to be under 2 pounds a serving. What's not to love? If you'd like to pick up a bag or 2 of Huel Black, they've given you a cheeky discount for followers of my YouTube channel. Just check the link in the description and get yourself some today. Thank you so much to Huel for sponsoring. Now, let's get back.
Thank you, sponsored Evan, who is definitely not from a couple days before. Let's get back into this video. Did you know everything in British grocery stores is tax-free? The price you pay at the cashier is the price you see on the ticket. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, it would be amazing if that were true in the slightest. Also, I get the argument all the time of like, oh, well, actually, it's better to have to pay the tax afterwards and see it on the bill, because when that's the case, you're constantly reminded of the tyranny of the US government charging taxes. And that's the dumbest argument I've ever heard, actually, because it's not like we don't see the tax on the receipt in the UK, it's just not on the ticket item. When you pay for it, you can see it says VAT. You see how much it is. Stop coping, please. Oh, anyway. There is no tax on many food items in the UK. There is no value added tax or VAT. However, many items do have VAT. So, got a quote for a purchase today, and it was a $77 tariff surcharge. I am 100% Trump, but how do we get charged a tariff surcharge for purchasing a foreign-made item? Someone with more knowledge, explain this to me, please. Edited, if you start bashing my president, I will remove you from my friends list. This is a testament to the American education system. It's really beautiful. I don't know what to say. I'm so flabbergasted that someone could be like, why is the tariff, which adds a value to items imported, adding a value to these items that are imported? Make it make a sense and do not say things about my orange presidente. Ah, yes. This public bathroom stall is built with actual walls and doors. Ah, nobody can see you poop. I just thought it was normal in society. You go to the stall, you watch people poop, you go about your day. Can you believe this society doesn't let you peep? You gotta peep when you poop. I'm a poop peeper. I'm a poop peeper. I gotta poop when I peep and I gotta peep when I poop. And then I gotta peep when I pee and I poop. I feel like the Germans are going through a lot right now with this video, so es tut mir leid. Aber while in Germany, I found an Aldi. This Aldi is nothing like American Aldi. I saw some of the same products, but nothing American or anything written in English. It's so difficult these days because so much of the online sphere these days is just like bait and rage and people's purposely being stupid, but it's so beautifully blended in with people being organically stupid that it begins to make you feel stupid yourself. First off, even if Aldi was not originally a German shop that you've been to the US variant of, even if that is the case, you're in Germany where they speak German and they have the German language. That's just beyond me. The political spectrum. Oh, yeah. It's pretty accurate, right? Monarchy is, yeah, it's far left, as far left as you could go. Anarchy is super conservative. You didn't need to put the US flag for anyone to know who came up with this little graphic. They're like, yes, very smart. Fascism, yes, it's just to the left of monarchy. They're very much one and the same, right? Has anyone else played Civilization 7? Tragic. It's absolutely trash compared to the previous 6, and I have played them all. A bad day in America beats a good day just about everywhere else. Yeah, just about's doing a lot of heavy lifting in this sense. Not necessarily welding related, but those of you not in the United States, who is the metric system? Yeah, who is he? Has anyone met the metric system? I've yet to meet him, and I've been in Europe for 12, 13 years now. When you say how much gas you have left in your car, do you say, oh, I only have a quarter tank of gas left? Or, and you say, I only have 6.5 millimeters of gas left? I think I proved my point of which measurement system is far superior. Say you don't understand the metric system without saying you don't understand them. Also, a quarter of a tank isn't in the imperial system. A quart, you could have said quart, maybe, but I've never once in all my years in the US heard anyone say, hey, can you give me a quart of gas? But then again, anyone not from New Jersey is probably like, well, why would you ask? Well, I did make a video on how we're the only state that makes it illegal to pump your own gas. So if you haven't seen that yet, sure. I usually just say fill her up cash regular. That's what you say. Anyway, I found out I'm 19% Italian. Congratulations. Let's see. I always knew I was mostly German, but Marone. Everyone. Oh, but Marone. Everyone in their mother is German in America, so it's nice to be one of y'all. Or I should say, one of us, you know? The Sopranos was my favorite show. It makes sense, Marone. Edit. Damn, I didn't realize y'all would be so hostile. God, why are we Italians so mean? Americans love cosplaying as other cultures that are not 200 years old. Also, you posted this online. Online was invented in the US. Americans bring us such beautiful works of art, such as this tweet. My apologies to my Catholic friends, but why couldn't our Pope do his first public mass in our American language? Yeah, am I right? Is that even a real American? I think he's an industry plant from the Episcopalians, all right? For Brits, Episcopalian is what Americans call Church of England, Anglican. The more you know. Episcopalian. So this new American Pope gave his, I guess, some acceptance speech just now. He didn't speak a word of American. Am I supposed to take it on faith? Yes, he speaks American and it's real. He's a religious icon. Yes, of all the things to take on faith, something religious? Yes, Japan charges 700% tariff on American rice. That hurts Arkansas, since we grow 48% of the world's rice supply, in case you didn't know that. Japan, India, Indonesia, China, they just are like desperate for that tasty Arkansas rice. I believe this person probably was thinking that of all the states, which of course is the entirety of the world, Arkansas produces around like 40% of the rice. So there you go. But in terms of the world, I want to say Arkansas might produce less than 2%. This one hurts. If you like trains, I've got the most fun fact for you. People ask me what I hate the most about the US. It has no trains, bro. No Shinkansen, like WTF. There's zero excuse for the country that invented trains to not have a Shinkansen from LA to SF to Vegas. This person thinks that America has invented the train. The first train in America was actually 32 years after the UK had been working on it for quite a long time. Germany had already been working on it in Berlin. In America, they did standardize the rail, like in the country, that's cool. But when they do teach a lot of American history, and I know this from experience, they kind of glaze over a lot of stuff and it's like, yeah, but this was the stuff that matters. Almost like they're like, yeah, so these tribes in these tribal villages called London and Wales, so they had come up with this idea and then we made it better, which is kind of like we made it. It's similar to Henry Ford. He invented the car. You know, Das Auto. That's his middle name, Henry Das Auto Ford. Americans returning from Europe. It is weird how Americans get really, really, really creased about the water. I will say, I'm slightly on his side. In one case, okay? In two cases. Listen, I'm really sorry. All these times I'm bullying Americans, I'm coming back. When you ask for a water in the UK and in a lot of Europe, and you ask for the tap water, a lot of times you get this tiny little peasant-sized water, and no, they don't give you ice. I know Americans have an obsession with ice, but especially when it's hot in the summer, like right now, if you're wondering why I have a deep V, it's 31 degrees! It's just nice to have a nice, refreshing glass of water. But when you get one of these, it's like, come on now. Sir, may I have some more? Please, I'm thirsty! American infrastructure is pretty shit, but the one thing that we do excel at is water fountains. Drinking water fountains, bubblers, whatever you want to call them, we have them in every public building. They're all over the place. We in America just place a huge emphasis on access to water. Not access to healthcare, not access to like good food or anything else, no, but you can get free water. Donald Trump has been told by Greenland and Denmark that his officials are not welcome in Greenland, but JD Vance is going to go anyway. Should Greenland do the funniest thing ever and arrest JD Vance? How would that go down? Vance isn't afraid to say no, and you can't arrest somebody without their consent in Europe. Today I learned Americans think Europe is the land of the purge, where if a cop goes, hey, I'm arresting you, you can go, no, I don't consent. And they're like, damn, he got us. If only we had that constitution they have in the USA. Is it really that hot, even in winter in Australia? Another reason to never visit. Australia is part of the Southern Hemisphere. It's summer right now. But isn't America in the middle of the earth? So the middle hemisphere? So like everyone else copies? I'm so confused. I just can't believe this. I don't want to believe it. I want to believe that every American is really smart. But then I saw the results of the election, so. If you live in Europe and you don't have a car, how often do you go to the grocery store? I've actually made a video about this. And do you just carry them back to your place? Yeah, how do you do that? I'm actually kind of curious myself. We are living in Sintra, Portugal, with no car, and the closest grocery store is a 15-minute walk and hilly. So we've been Ubering groceries a lot. How do you get groceries? It's like a 15-minute walk. How do you carry them? It's not just that this is a thought. It's that this is a fully formed thought that is so vacuous that they then put on the internet like, I need some help. How do you guys live? Can a band that is unknown in the United States but big in the rest of the world be considered successful? Yeah, what? Is it? Can they? Because we don't know about them, so can they really be successful you know? Let's be real, this is about Robbie Williams. How do Americans have accents? I talked to someone who is British and they talked about American accents. I corrected him and said, we don't have accents. Another friend further stated that we do in fact have accents, but I just don't understand how because I never talk British. You know what? I could not have told you that's where that was gonna go. What do you mean you never talk British? Okay, I know this was posted on r/no-stupid-questions. That was a stupid question. I like how you can't have it both ways. Either America doesn't have accents and you're like, sure, whatever weird world you're living in. Or America has like at least 10 accents. We got like all the accents. We're like so much that like Europe can't comprehend. You drive like at least 10 hours, you're in the same state and you might have a little different accent. What does the US do better than any other country? I'm gonna sound really stupid, but outlet plugs. Go on. Yeah. In other countries like Europe, oh, that's my, oh, God damn it. You have to have a special adapter if you want to plug something in. Here in the US, we don't have that problem. Oh God, it's... people often forget that American English is the most complex language in the world. It has rules, but sometimes it says, wow, that's so sick. I wish other languages were like that. That's such like a cool idea. Conversational American English has a lot of nuance and dialect, depending on where in the States you're from. Probably 10 different accents across the nation overall too. 10? Plus, words mean... I just wish this was a fake. Plus, words mean different things in different areas. Oh, tell me more. Example, horseshoe, 49.5 states, an iron attachment mounted to the bottom of a horse's hoof. Okay, I know that, yeah. Downstate Illinois, a delicious cheese-covered heart attack on a plate. Oh God, American English is so complex. How am I supposed to know? Oh, damn it, I meant the cheese thing. Oh, you know, and I put cheese on my horse's foot. Oh, classic mistakes. Wrong. Italians don't put mayo in their sandwiches. That's not true. We do on some occasions. You think you know more than actual Italians? Literal Italians? Dude, I live surrounded by Italians. Staten Island, does it ring a bell? Staten Island is my favorite part of Italy, actually. You might thought Sicily, maybe Corsica, that's France. But no, it's Staten Island. US companies say Paddington Bear is not American enough. No, Americans can't possibly comprehend this bear that has a culture that's not their own, Peruvian and wholesome British. It's too wholesome. Why doesn't Paddington have a gun? Why? He's a bear! He has the right to bear arms! Give the bear a gun! It's imagining the plot of Paddington 1, 2, and 3, but he's just got a Glock. And Americans are like, this is relatable now. So you paid in dollars? Euros. I hadn't thought of that. What is the symbol for euros? I thought $ was a universal for money. Listen, guys, I'm gonna come clean. Took me a long time to realize the $ was not the universal sign for money. Okay? I just thought, well, yeah, everybody accepts that the $ means money, but you also have other symbols for different currencies. But we all know, you know, when you have a little bag of money emoji, it doesn't have a pound sign on it. It's a good note to end on. You can change. What have we learned today? Well, you can take the American out of America, but you can't take the America out of the American. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't seen the other 3 episodes in this series, I'll leave a link below. Otherwise, I will see you on my channel next Sunday with all the big videos that I've been preparing and filming these types of things to hold you over until then. Hope to see you soon. Goodbye.